Hello, Master Manifester. Today we're talking about how we're all on autopilot and how you can set the underlying programs to assist your manifestations when you set intentions. So, how does the brain see the world and the nervous system? Basically, everything is cycles, and the brain and nervous system are survival systems. They are trying to predict what is going to happen next, and they want consistent behavior, homeostasis. So we have automated habits. Now, the reason it doesn't seem like you're automated, and I know this is really hard for some people to accept because your brain actively rejects it, but if you're at a certain level, you're going to be able to handle this. That's fine. If you don't like this idea, move on to the next video. This is just for those who are aligned with this understanding. But I do understand how, it can be upsetting to hear that we're automated. I actually find it reassuring personally because I understand that I can sort of set it and forget it. Like, this is the way you set up these systems by understanding yourself very deeply, accepting yourself in everything that you understand, and being open to updating that information. So, creating flexible habits, flexible identities, this is what makes it easier to manifest because it makes it easier to shift identities. It makes it easier to accept new information into your filters. It makes your nervous system feel more relaxed and safe, which are all the things that need to happen in order for you to manifest a different aspect of reality than what you're experiencing right now. So let's talk about the automated habits. Now, I like to think about these in both systems and stacks, right? These are sort of processes of different cycles, like getting up in the morning, having breakfast, taking a shower, going through. See how all your habits run on a routine in a system. Now, not everybody has a routine, but even people who say don't have jobs or don't work in a traditional job setting, who can kind of do whatever they want during the day, even their systems naturally tend towards routine. And this is because the brain thinks in cycles. It thinks from beginning to end when it's basically outlining the story of your life for you and presenting these thoughts for you to interpret. So when you stack habits together, let's say when you're drinking coffee in the morning, you always read the newspaper. You have two different systems in your brain working at the same time, and whatever fires together wires together. So when you go have your coffee and in the morning and say the newspaper doesn't show up, or maybe you can't access this for whatever. Of course you can get it online, but maybe you're used to having that particular magazine or that particular physical newspaper or that particular habit that has been that way for quite some time, and now your system wants to complete the process, but the rest of it isn't there, right? You're gonna get a drop in dopamine. It's basically going to be like a lack of success. So it's going to make you feel bad. You're going to feel like, oh, something's missing. Oh no, this is scarcity right here too. This is exactly what it is. That feeling that something is missing, right? Now, it's not really. It's just your body's biochemical system flagging the change because change always seems dangerous to our systems, right? But you can create that sense of safety. And remember, at the foundational level, we are survival systems, predictive survival systems. And the only constants are change and adaptability. We do not have outcomes. We have ongoing stories. Okay. So when you set your personality programs, your identity systems, your predictive processes, your if then scenarios, if this happens, then I will do this. Those things become very automated. And your brain filters everything through this in your reticular activating system. And it also sets your thoughts and your mental stories through the default mode network. It reinforces these programs. Like, it will come up with any interpretation. It'll filter out things that don't agree with it. And when you start doing affirmations, your system is likely going to rebel to some degree. And it depends on how aligned you are with that thing already in your system, right? If you can do a smooth alignment and a smooth change, manifestation is quote unquote easy. It's always easy, but it's always complicated to go from one system to another. It happens, but it doesn't always happen all at once and right away. And that's usually what we mean when we say easy manifestation, right? Quick, comes through fluidly, it's satisfactory, it's just what I ordered, and it tastes great, right? So to get that sort of sensation, what we're basically doing is pre-programming the experience with affirmations or journaling or thought streams or whatever it is that we're using, whatever method that we're using. Visualization is always a good one. When we're doing the pre-programming, we are rewriting the underlying systems of our automated program, our personality programs, and our predictive processes. We're rewiring them to see the world differently, to experience it from another angle. Not really even differently, because it's technically the observer is always the same, but our character is going through a transformation, a transition. Both are true. And when the story progresses, whether or not it progresses fluidly is how calm our nervous system feels about this change. Does it feel safe? Does it feel productive? Does it feel like success and safety? Right? So rewiring behavior presets always has to be based around feeling like this is ordinary. This is regular. This is perfectly safe. This has always been a part of my reality, right? And a good way to do that, I'm going to give a specific here example. Let's say we're talking about love, right? You want to manifest romance, love and romance, marriage, whatever kind of situation you want with another connection, right? A way to do that is to recognize all the ways in your life that you have had love, whether from yourself, from your pets, from other people being loving and supportive to you, even strangers being loving and supporting to you sometimes, right? Wherever you can find that evidence of being loved and of loving, you need both. This is a dual thing here. You want to feel all the experiences in your body, in your brain, and just really remember those moments of feeling loved and safe. And then apply that habit stacking, apply that mental habit to your new manifestation. This is how I have it. This is how I've always had it. Do you see? So this is where you feel it instead of fake it. You're feeling into it. So it may not literally be physically in front of you, but you still have the experience, which is what you really want anyway. That's what your brain's trying to get anyway. It's trying to get the sense that you think you're going to feel once you get to that thing. And we're actually terrible predictors of our own happiness. I mean, I'm always poking around to figure out what actually makes me feel good and what actually makes me happy. And I try not to think about happy too much because I lean more towards eudaimonia, which is like the Greek concept of feeling success in personal values and in doing good works in the world and being productive and having an enjoyable life, not of always being happy every second of every day. Because no matter what you manifest, you are always going to have the full range of emotions. Emotions are signals from your body about sensations, and they are part of the survival system, the core operating system. So I hope this has helped you to understand a little bit more about how we're on autopilot, how these programs work, and how to rewire your behavior presets. And the biggest part of that is repetition. Whatever you keep repeating, whatever you keep putting your focus and attention on and wiring into your system is going to rewire your neurons and your neural pathways so that it becomes automatic behavior. And the reason too that you don't notice is when we're thinking about the things we've done or the things we've said or what the actions we've taken, we're always looking in hindsight, and that makes us apply it to I, which is also default mode network. So where, we think I did this. What is I? Well, your entire system technically is I am the whole thing. Which, how big is it? It's probably beyond our bodies, that's for sure, because we're connected to every other system of every other system that exists. So, yeah, that's the I am there. It's very interesting. Yeah, I totally didn't plan on saying that. It's just like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Anyway, so really understanding that when you make these changes, your system's going to resist at first. Be patient. Just recognize that the old program is still trying to run and continue to reinforce the new programs. And be patient with yourself. Be loving and kind towards yourself. You know, understand that you are a human being having an experience and moving into another experience, and that the story will continue no matter when that experience comes through. It's just going to be an ongoing story. So you need to make every moment of the story what as much of what you want. Notice as much as you can about what is good about every part of the story. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and sign up for the Method News newsletter in the description below.